Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Pixel Classroom podcast. Please forgive my voice right now. We're having a little bit over getting over a cold here over Thanksgiving, but I am here, of course, to review the one and only Dragon Smart by Tisha Richmond with illustration by Tommy Richmond, her son, and everything. So, hi everybody. I am, of course, Ryan Reed, the host of the Pixel Classroom podcast. Also, if you check over in the corner over here, you will also notice that, of course, we have. I'll get my hand right with the camera. Our new logo is right here, so we'll have that all set and everything else. That'll be our new logo here for 2024 here. Some people were asking if I was going to update it anytime soon, and I have. I've actually found a template I really liked, and did some work here in over in Canva, and we'll have, of course, that for a new label here going on with this episode, believe it or not. So I like to welcome everybody to the Pixel Classroom podcast here for a book review, and it's actually a book that really came out really present here, and I'm hoping the writer and authors or I should say an illustrator here for Dragon Smart here, written by Tisha Richmond and Tommy Richmond for illustrations here over that. So let's go here and share my screen here, and I'll go ahead and do that. So here we go. Let's share the screen here. Gotta love early morning pieces here. So here we go. And there we go. Of course, the one and only Dragon Smart here available. It was just, of course, recently released here just a little over a week ago. It tells you how I jumped on this one a little right over here. But the story goes, Tommy the Dragon listens. He studies. He follows the rules. But no matter what he does, it's hard for him to do well in school. Whether he has a test, Tommy always does his best. But the words look jumbled and the numbers look blurred. Nothing seems to match anything that he's heard. But Tommy is a builder and a sculptor and does art. Tommy is so talented and has a huge heart. His mom reminds him that he is truly Dragon Smart. And this is actually a really cool little story here. So the story of Dragon Smart is, like I said, about Tommy the Dragon here, and he is a student, and he's very, very talented and everything else too. He has everything from art. He's able to do stories, plays, and he can memorize. He's really good at knowing the facts, the studies, and everything. But of course, it does get to the point, though. He is like many students are. He is, questions get ask, and of course, instead of raising his hand, he kind of hopes that he's not going to get called on. He decides to be a little quiet. He wants to be a little thing about. He's always fear here, but of course, his biggest one in this illustration. Boy, this rings true. I couldn't do a screenshot of this, and I'll go ahead and get off the screen sharing here so you could see this a little closer. But right here, he wished and prayed all his might he could learn without a fight. And as you can see, here's the test. It looks like it's world geography along with pencils and rulers and stuff here. And basically, he is just absolutely terrified of tests and everything. And he's always looking at, for once, that, as he could say, he could score his best. A lot of us have been Tommy. I know I've been Tommy, especially when I was in elementary school years later too. Believe it or not, as an adult who went over and, of course, would have to study for tests. They still drove me nuts. I know the facts, I know the abilities and so forth, and I wouldn't do very well, or I'd get test anxiety. My one brother, Trevor, of course, had the same situation. My other brother, Robert, he never had this problem. He could actually study or read things, and he just breathed through it. He would not stress at all. He was very good at that. Meanwhile, me and my other siblings, we wouldn't be the best at this too. And we were all Tommy the Dragon here. And I do like the encouragement that happens with Tommy's mom, as she says, how much he's, where he succeeds in other things, that he is a very smart kid, that he is able to do this. Yes, he's not great at the test, but she knows he tries. She knows he studies. It's just like he says, the words become jumbled, rules like go out the door as the story progresses. But he's so talented. He's very good friends. He's a very loving heart kind of kid. He, does art. He does, stories, everything. He makes everybody laugh. He's very smart in other things. It's just, like I said, applying the test is his problems. And it's a really story that really makes a lot of sense. Even kids these days, let's face it, guys, we're in school and we have this with kids. They're very smart and other things. They're very talented and everything. I know a kid that can rewire a truck engine and do it fantastically. Go to ask them some questions in class or do tests, and, they do their best to avoid it in any sense of the words. But I've had that happen other ones where, they could, talk about the begins and ends of credit scores and exactly understanding how a small micro business functions and do it well, and then they take a test and they can't do it. And I've seen other ones who do very well on tests, but do actually assignments. It's a whole different story. The story of of this is just, it's very well done. And I really, really enjoyed this story. I mean, I kind of picked it up. It was talked about, released and everything, and I kind of went into it and I just said, this looks like a cool little story because, you just know my wife works in elementary. She's an elementary librarian and special ed aide. And she's always looking for really good books. And this kind of popped up. But the truth is there's something for everybody in this, in elementary, high school, middle school, college, post college, where the story just really resonates really well. I mean, I really enjoyed this story. Right now, I wish I could leave a review for this. Many people don't know. No, I cannot leave reviews on Amazon. A few years ago, I got a bunch of gift cards, and I had money that stacked up on a couple of things, so I decided to up and order tons of books. I actually ordered a ton of books from April to June, and then I reviewed them all, a lot of them within a couple weeks of thing after I'd read them all. And Amazon thought I was not doing things right, or was doing it for the authors, and they took away my ability to review. And it's funny because I always get emails from Amazon like, well, would you review how your book was, or how would you review how your pop socket was? Because I took care of some Black Friday sales, but I can't review. I'm like, why do you send me this email? I can't. And the truth is, it's disappointing. I can't do it because right now I would really, really give this book a lot of things. In fact, there it is, guys, 5 stars right there. I really enjoyed this book so much, and I'm going to get out of share view here. And I actually use this as a learning tool here. Let me get out of stop sharing here for a second so you can see. But yeah, guess what? After reading the book and everything, I got down and look at this. It's Tommy. It's Tommy the Dragon here. Bow tie and everything, because Tommy Richmond was in the bow ties for a while. People know I do bow ties Tuesdays and everything. But right here, I got a very happy, smiling Tommy the Dragon here. And, here, this goes good. I definitely want a sticker. If Tisha or Tommy, if you're reading, I'll take a sticker or two. I mean, this is how inspirational this is. I mean, in fact, I'd like to do this. Hopefully Melissa's going to take the book to school to be read and everything, but she'll have her own Tommy the Dragon. Actually, I've made several storybook characters. I'm working on another one right now for the library, but this is one right here. I think it's really good. I'm really happy. This is how inspiring this book was. It really jumped out at me. I really enjoyed it, and it's a really good book. And I mean, if you're looking at things, I mean, Tish, I mean, a lot of this is based off of, Tommy's stories growing up and everything. And Tisha was the writer. And then, of course, Tommy did all the illustrations, and you can find more about her website here at Learning Magical here. If you go back about several episodes to season 1, Tish is on my on one of my episodes talking. And of course, she has her own Make Magic Learning podcast, also Finding Joy EDU, which is a great podcast over there. But it's right here, but you can look at her. I mean, her park's here. I don't see Dragon Smart on here yet, but I'm sure it will be pretty soon. But if you go over here, and I'll go ahead put on the language overlays if they will let me here. Sometimes I'm really good at this, guys, and sometimes I'm kind of like, why does the banner not want to work? There it goes. There we go. Tommy and Tisha, there we go, on Instagram. Tommy J Richmond and Tisha Richmond on Instagram. Very easy to follow them. They're everywhere else, but it's just Instagram's like get a little bit more active on that too. But this was a really good book. I'm really happy I picked this up. I thought they both did a fantastic. I'm going to give a lot of props to Tommy for the illustrations and everything, because really it just comes to life. I really love the characters and everything, from Tommy to the school characters. It's good. We need a guinea pig, though. I'm sorry, Tommy. I'll throw you on that. We needed a guinea pig in this story, but it was really, really a good, fun story. It's short. It makes the present knows. It's not hard. It gives it gives his problems, but it does it in a very hopeful manner to where he can be he will eventually succeed as he gets older, and he'll find a way, because his mom does very hugely encourages him, talks about all his art, his abilities, his friends, everything. It's well done book. And I think some people don't get enough of these, children's stories or younger stories here, that this is very age appropriate for many people. And like I said, I was Tommy. I still was, I would be trying to get my certification tests. And I had to retake my one certification test 3 times. I failed it by 1 question each time. 4th time I took it, I smashed it by 5 questions. Like, I got a really high score on the 4th time. But yeah, that's how I made it. Every time I went in, I felt worse and worse, even though I had studied everything. I knew what I was doing. I had experience in the school systems that, I should be able to pass these certification tests. My friends tell me how they just went in not knowing anything and passed it with flying colors. No, not me. Same thing even when I was in high school and college, or even middle school. I'd study, I'd know my stuff, and it just didn't work. I think one thing that was really thing is like I loved history and I loved social studies, but I was really bad at it in grade school. I got to middle school and I kind of came to life. I think I leave that to Miss Roach because she was a fantastic history teacher in middle school. But I think it allowed me to do it and actually dive into the smartness as well as our art and talents and everything for the ability to do that. So I hugely thank them for doing that it went the way it did. So it was pretty good on that. So I have nothing but really good things to Tommy and Tisha on this. It's a really good book. If you haven't thinking about picking up, or you want to do some Black Friday sales or something maybe to get for your classrooms for this holiday season, it's definitely on there. I would highly recommend going ahead and getting this book, Dragon Smart. It's really good. And like I said, if not, go ahead and read right there. Tommy J. Richmond and Tisha Richmond on Instagram. Very good on that too. And I mean, it was a really good book. I think it was well done. Thank you everybody for writing and creating this book. I think it was very amazing, and I'm going to give it the 5 stars right there. Like I said, there's the 5 stars right there. Boom, 5 stars right there. I know this is if you're in the audio version, which you'll be listening to probably later today, because this doesn't take me long to edit it. Yeah, check out this book. It was fantastic. And great job to everybody involved in it. So if you haven't picked it up, please do. You also can look at the DBC books and everything else. It's part of that library, and that's about all the things. So on that note, guys, I just want to over here True Good. Like I said, we have our new logo here. See in the corner. I'll go ahead and give it a better look here really quick before I go here on the there it is. And there it is. That's my little part here too of the new logo here. So this is our new logo. I'm going to get this up, hopefully get some stickers made of it pretty soon and everything. But this is the new Pixel Classroom, and we'll have it actually up going on with the audio version of this too. I'll have the podcast cover to it. But this is our new logo. It's kind of areas and everything. I'm really excited about it. It really came out off of Power of Canada. They're not, sorry to say, they're not sponsoring this podcast, but yeah, there it is. It's our new one. It's kind of areas too for the podcast, and I do want to tell people too that we got more coming up here. I haven't had as many guests this year because of various other things here, but I want to get a lot of these reviews done and a couple more classroom ideas here. But one thing here to kick it all off here, like I said, pick up Dragon Smart, Tisha Richmond, Tommy Richmond. Follow them on social media. Great book. Great for your classroom from elementary all the way to, yes, college and post-college, like I said. So, Tisha, Tommy, great job in the book. 5 stars. And everybody else, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you later.